My brother and I were in a car accident. My heart was severely damaged, and my life was hanging by a thread. I urgently needed surgery. But to my utter shock, my mother, the hospital director, summoned every doctor she could contact to my brother's room. My brother only had minor scrapes, but she inexplicably demanded a full-body, thorough examination. And I, lying there on the cold hospital bed, bleeding uncontrollably. Watching my life slip away, I struggled to ask my mother for help. But her eyes were cold, her tone full of annoyance, and she replied curtly, "Can't you stop being so jealous? Your brother almost broke a bone. Don't you know what it means to focus?" In the end, I died, passing away on that cold operating table. After the news spread, my mother, whom I had always thought would never shed a tear for me, went mad, completely losing her mind. But by then, I could neither hear nor feel anything. In the final 3 minutes of my life, my soul uncontrollably drifted to my mother's side. She sat quietly by my brother Felix Goodman's bedside, her usually cold face unusually etched with worry, her eyes closed as she prayed, "Felix, please, don't scare Mom anymore. Wake up soon, okay?" My father stood not far away, his face horribly grim, roaring through clenched teeth. If Sean had protected him properly, how could Felix have ended up like this? Just wait, I'll beat that good-for-nothing to a pulp. I stood silently to the side, watching their every move, a bitter feeling seeping into my chest like spring rain soaking into the earth, pervasive and overwhelming. "Dad, it's really unnecessary. I'm about to die. How could you possibly care about me?" I opened my mouth, but found my voice could no longer reach anyone's ears. Just then, a group of doctors surrounded Felix's bed, examined him for a long time, and finally dispersed. An older doctor hesitated, then cautiously spoke. "Dean Blanchard, are you sure you don't want to check on Sean? His injuries from the car accident are probably very dangerous." However, the tenderness on my mother's face for my brother vanished instantly. She glared at the doctor, her expression as cold as frost. "What trick is he playing now? Playing dead? I don't know what he did to my brother." My mother's words were like sharp blades, mercilessly piercing my powerless soul. I stared blankly at her, a bitter taste churning in my heart. Although my heart had long since stopped beating, the tearing pain still lingered in my throat. Am I not their son too? Why, from beginning to end, have they been so indifferent to me? But then, in that deathly silence, my mother suddenly picked up her phone and dialed my number. The nurse carefully held the phone to my ear, hoping to hear some words of concern, but instead, I heard only cold, chilling words. "Sean Goodman, haven't you had enough of lying in bed? When are you going to get up and apologize to your brother?" In that instant, my last glimmer of hope collapsed, and my heart grew numb with cold. Perhaps I should have realized long ago that she had never truly cared about me. I remember the moment I was brought to the hospital, blood blurring my vision. My throat was dry, yet I still desperately pleaded with my mother for help. But she frowned and coldly said, "Even at a time like this, you're trying to win my favor? Do you know your brother almost broke a bone?" With that, she left without looking back, gathering the entire medical team to care for Felix, leaving me alone in deep despair. Yes, how could I expect her to love me? In her eyes, I had never existed.